And speaking of the freshman, the steal by Stackhouse and throws it down with a third. Then he feeds All-American Eric Montrose, who also slams it. 51-38 lead at halftime for UNC. But the Hilltoppers fight back in the second half. Nice pass, Darius Hall for the layup. Then Bunton with the three, scores. And then Darren Horn from straight away nails it. Tar Heels up just three. But Donnell Williams with the floater. Hilltopper coach Ralph Willard gave it a good effort. Donnell Williams was hot. He scored 27, ties his career high. Stackhouse scores 15 as UNC wins 101-87. UNC has not lost their home opener since 1928. Montrose was 8 for 10 from the floor and grabbed 10 rebounds. Santa Clara at Cal, the game you just saw on ESPN. The super soft Jason Kidd playing without two starters, Alfred Grisby and K.J. Roberts. The great block, Kidd gets it, fakes the pass, lays it up, 13 points in the first half. But Santa Clara hung tough. Shot clock running down. Steve Nash to Dwayne Lewis for the jam. Santa Clara up 48-46. Then it's the alley-oop to Lewis. And he somehow puts it in high off the window. Santa Clara down 1. Lewis had 28. Cal up 5. Time running down. It's Kidd with the left. Cal wins 81-74. Jason Kidd scores 27 points. Lamont Murray 23. The 6th-ranked Bears now 18-2 in the last 20 season openers. Two teams meet again December 4th at Oakland Coliseum. Western Michigan, Kansas. Defense in the end of the game tonight in Lawrence as senior Steve Woodbury picks off the pass, takes it the length of the court for the layup. Woodbury had the first 8 Jayhawks points. He finished with 13. Still more D. Calvin Rayford strips Sean Jackson, and he goes down and lays it in. Kansas is your winner by 19, 69-50 the final. Richard Scott led the Jayhawks with 14. Sean Pearson adds 13. Leon McGee led Western with 17. Butler, Cincinnati. Cincy fans were psyched and ready to go. So was freshman Dontonio Wingfield. Nice jumper, nice name. Later on, more. Wingfield in the lane, turn around. He had 30 points. He also had some help. David Evans steals from Travis Trice. Evans goes in for the dunk. And Cincy head coach Bob Huggins wants to hug somebody. Bearcats win 90-72. Wingfield hit 10 of 15 shots from the floor, including 5 for 7 from the arc. He also grabbed 12 boards. Butler's starting backcourt combined for 55 of the Bulldogs' 72 points. Linda. First half, Derek Brown goes baseline for the jam. He had 8 points for the Redmen. John James will step outside and knock down the J. 8 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists for the Tigers. Then on the break, Ralph Bullock. Off balance, count it. St. John's led by only 1 at the half, 31-30. Late second half, Towson State down. Actually up by 1. Scooter Alexander on the line misses it. St. John's has a chance to win. Lee Green loses control, goes out of bounds off of St. John's, and Towson State wins by 1, 66-65. Snaps St. John's 23-game win streak at Alumni Hall. Afterwards, the Tigers' Scooter Alexander, who led the way with 18, said, "It was unbelievable. It seemed like I had played another game just from all the celebrating." Kevin McHale, former Golden Gopher, had his number 44 retired by the Gophers as they host the Rice Owls. Vashawn Leonard, the hoop and the foul. Game tied at 18. Leonard, 11 of his 18 in the first half. Sean Igo for the Owls, the emphatic slam. Owls shot 50% in the first half. Gophers by 4 at the half. Second half, Gophers pull away. Randy Carter for the jam. Gophers went on a 17-5 second half run. They win it 70-61. The Gophers out-rebounded the Owls 15-8 on the offensive board. They also shot 23 of 27 from the line compared to 8 for 15 for the Owls. Cleveland State, UMass. Freshman UMass center Marcus Camby blocks Sam Mitchell in his college debut. Early second half, Mike Williams lost the perfect alley-oop pass to Lou Rowe. And Rowe knows what to do with it. UMass up 3. Rowe, 14 points, 11 boards. Holding the fort for Cleveland State, Sam Mitchell gets the basketball. Baseline miss, gets it back, scores. UMass lead cut to 1. Mitchell scored 23 with 13 boards. Down the stretch, Mike Williams drives, rolls, scores, fouls. It's a three-point play. UMass wins it 68-60. Williams scores 23 points. The Minutemen get the W despite shooting just 38% from the floor and making just 16 of 37 from the line. With the one-handed throwdown, Carolina up big early, then Wallace to Donald Williams. Straight away for 3, count it. Carolina had an 11-point lead, but UMass came back. Lou Rowe hanging, perfect rotation, Splash. Carolina by 1 at the half. In the second half, it's Dana Dingle. Inside to Jeff Meyer. Good, and the foul. UMass by 6. Eric Montross fouled out of the game. Late in the game, it's Jerry Stackhouse with the miss. Rasheed Wallace, the follow. Carolina by 3. 20 seconds left. Mike Williams from the arc. It's good. We're tied. We go to overtime. Scary moment in OT. Freshman Marcus Camby is injured and leaves the game. But UMass would respond. Williams misses the 3. Stackhouse gets stripped. Dingle puts it up and in. Time running down. Mass by 1. Williams from 3 again. He hits. The Minutemen shock the Tar Heels in overtime. 91-86. UMass forward Lou Rose said before the game, as the team entered the building, quote, "No one gave us a chance. They were laughing at us. I was getting angry." Rose scored 28 points with 14 rebounds. UMass freshman center Marcus Camby injured his knee and, according to his coach, won't play in Friday's championship game. Players taking an off-Broadway show. It's those blue guys. Wednesday night, Kansas put on a show. Freshman Jacques Vaughn, nice feed to Steve Woodbury. Kansas up 40-30. Gophers come back. Towson Orr spots up and drills the 3. Gophers up 63-62. But Minnesota couldn't stop Greg Ostertag. Ostertag makes your life easier. Off the miss and the jump hook. Kansas wins 75-71. The Gophers won the NIT last year, returned all 5 starters, but the 7-1 Ostertag was too much down the stretch, scoring 8 points in a 3-minute span late in the game.
Oddly a road game for Bobby Knight's bunch. Alan Henderson gets blocked not by a defender, but by the rim in the first half. Barry Collier's team up 38-37 at the break. Second half, Damon Bailey connects 3 of his 23. Indiana up 45-37. Jermaine Geis layup in the foul. Butler by 4. Less than 2 minutes to go. Travis Trice, the 3-pointer. Trice, 3, get it? Trice at 24 points, 7 3-pointers. Bobby Knight got out of there pretty quickly. No question, the Butler did it this time around. One clue as to how they got it done. The Bulldogs held Indiana to 0 field goals in the final 9 minutes to complete the shocker.
Rival Louisville. Louisville's Clifford Rozier scores when he's fouled. 29 points and 13 boards on the day. Rick Pitino gets his team going. Tony Delk, the rainbow 3, splash, then Travis Ford, the feed, the pretty alley-oop reverse for Andre Riddick, and then more Delk. Again from the arc, 19 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. Kentucky wins 78-80. The Wildcats have won 4 straight versus Louisville and lead the series 18-7. They've won 22 in a row at Rupp Arena. The Cards' Clifford Rozier was 11 of 15 from the floor. Loyola Marymount, UCLA, Ed O'Bannon on the breakaway with the slam. That's nothing compared to his younger brother, Charles. The huge follow slam as the half ends. UCLA wins by a nice cushion, 115-77. The O'Banions combined for 42. And here are some more scores from college hoops.
And reads the classic back to the basket big man and hits the turnaround low. 29 points for Big Country. The Cowboys show they can run to a steal from Brooks Thompson, who takes it the other way. Oklahoma State leading 65-50 in the second half. SMU cut it to 8, but Country too big. Watch him in the lane. The hoop, the harm, the haircut, the happiness. And Oklahoma State wins it with 29. Brooks Thompson added 18. SMU, the defending Southwest Conference regular season champ, got 22 from James Gatewood. In Oklahoma, UMass and the Sooners, Billy Tubbs trying to get his team going. Calvin Curry, the 3-ball that goes, 3 of his 10 points in the game. Jeff Webster had 11, and he hits. Lou Rowe misses, but Dante Bright, the rebounded putback, he had 28. Making 13 of 15 shots from the field. Kenneth Conley's shot is blocked, tipped out to Deion Barnes. The jumper goes. UMass does hang on to win it as Lou Rowe scores 27. Conley scored 21 for the Sooners. The Minutemen have won 4 out of 5 this season, including the Carolina upset. 20th ranked Syracuse hosting Tennessee, and Wade Houston with his son Allen now in the NBA with the Pistons, and it affected his team, or at least it showed against Syracuse. Lawrence Moten with a steal. Syracuse off to a 50-0 run to start the game. Tennessee held a 1 point in the first 7 minutes. And then from John Wallace, the junior, Moten gets 2 more. He had 29, 23 of those in the first half. Moten, as Syracuse looked much quicker with a steal to John Wallace. Wallace scoring 13. And for Syracuse, it was a tennis. Wrencher hit a couple of free throws. Texas had a 1-point lead, and then Wrencher off the steal. Longhorns leading by 3. 2.9 seconds to play. The 3 to tie. Patkowski just doesn't hit it. Texas hangs on to win it. Terrence Wrencher, 4 points to the...
You're playing game 1 of their season, and not a good night. Kirk King off the fast break will find Donnie Marshall for the dunk. It is 29-10. Second half, more domination. Donnie the steal. Brian Fair to Danielle Marshall. He had 17. It's 55-16. Then it's Ray Allen. Watch him jam it home on the reverse. The freshman led the team with 20. Jim Calhoun excited. 32 points on the fast break. They win it 77-36. Cavaliers' worst ever loss at University Hall. Huskies had 11 players see at least 11 minutes of action. Jeff Jones said afterwards, quote, "I want to apologize to everybody who was here. We stunk the place up." Steve?
Coached by former Oklahoma State coach Bill Self. Inside for 2, that's big country. Had a big night. He had 24 points. Fred Burley's shot misses. There's Bryant Reeves with a putback. Oklahoma State passing. Brooks Thomas. Thompson to Reeves. Back to Fred Burley for 2. And then Reeves displays the soft touch inside. At 1 point, Reeves scored 18 straight points in 10 minutes. You ever wonder what the son of Oral Roberts looked like? That was it. Oklahoma State wins it 94-52. The Cowboys scored the final 22 points in the first half. The closest Oral Roberts would get was being down 28 with 9 minutes left. The Titans turned the ball over 23 times. Cleveland State, now coached by former Michigan assistant Mike Boyd. Jalen Rose, nifty spin move down the baseline for 2. Wolverines trailed 37-29 at the break. Michigan turns it on second half. Jimmy King, the feed to Juwan Howard. 17 of Howard's 25 points came in that second half. More from Jimmy King from long range. He's got it. Michigan on a 35-15 run. King from long range again hit 2 of Michigan's 3 trifectas in the game. Michigan wins it 84-71. Truly a tale of 2 halves for the Wolverines. Hit on only 35% in the first 20 minutes. In the second half, the percentage rose to 56. Despite the victory, Steve Fisher admitted to being outcoached, but he said, "I'd rather learn from winning than losing." And continuing our theme, former Arkansas assistant Scott Edgar, now the coach of Murray State. Well, it didn't matter much. Arkansas opened up its new arena in style. Before the game, Wyoming's Joby Wright gave Bob Huggins a little gift. It was a cowboy hat. Antonio Wingfield, top of the key, nails it. He had a game-high 28 points. Cincinnati on the run throughout. Keith Greger gets it down to Wingfield for the jumper. Little touch right there. 16-2 run up. The Bearcats take the lead. Check out Keith Greger. Wide open underneath. Neat inbounds play for the slam. Joby Wright watches since he rolls. 73-49. Wyoming turned it over 29 times, including 10 times during that decisive span in the second half. Since he tied a school record, they launched 28 threes. They made just 7 of them. Number 15, Minnesota, entertaining Mississippi Valley State early on. Dendrius Rucker, the block on Randy Carter's shot, but it goes out to Bashan Leonard, who nails the 3, and it just kept on coming from 3. Leonard from the corner for 3. He's got his. David Grimm, I want some of mine from the same spot. Minnesota jumped ahead 26-2. Yeah, timeout might be a good idea. They needed this guy, Mississippi Valley State alum Jerry Rice. They didn't get him. Carter picks up the loose ball to Townsend or to Leonard for the jam. Minnesota led 62-28 at the half. And they went on, actually took it easy in the second half. The Gophers set single-game records, school records for both three-pointers and assists, 23 and 31 respectively. The game saw 46 turnovers. Just 12 free throws were made out of 29 attempts. Arizona and Baylor meeting for the first time since 1971. Willie Sublett, the behind-the-back pass to Nelson Haggerty for the 3. All Arizona, Ray O's the spin for the dunk. Then Damon Studmeyer would see O's again, the alley-oop pass for the jam, so Arizona rolls to victory. Weren't a whole lot of close games on Monday night. This one the same. Baylor played it without 4 junior college transfers whose eligibility is in question. Those who did see the floor shot just 31%. They trailed by 20 at the half. Karl.
Was on here. He took 16 shots and he hit 8 of them. He finished the first half with 20 points, 27 for the game. Second half, Derek Anderson dunks on the break, 2 of his 23. Jamie Skelton and the Buckeyes trail 2. Penn would not leave. Barry Pierce, he scored 21. Tony Watson tips in his own miss. It's 83-80, last second try, and Jerome Allen is no good. He hit 5 of 8 from three-point land. Bucks win a close one, 83-80. Randy Ayers said this was a big game because it came against a good team. Neither team played particularly well. The Buckeyes, 19 turnovers. the Quakers with 20. Tip-off for both George Washington and American, and that is the man everybody came to see, Incadare. Watch him grab the boards and stuff at home, and GW was on a 22-6 run. American had trouble finding the hole. Mike Jarvis doesn't look so happy, but his team won it 85-50. Dare scored a game-high 21. This crosstown series goes back 68 years